Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to get the sunken Mercury running again. Customer brought in a 2004 Mercury 9.9. It was completely locked up when I first got it. It's free. We're going to take the carb off, throw a kit in it, see how it runs. Alright, to get this out, you're going to take the C-clip from here, pull that out, loosen the set screw here, and it should pull out. Next, you're going to come under here and take that vent hose off. There you go, carburetor's off. Next, we're going to take these two bolts holding this enrichment valve, I guess you would call it, or I don't know the correct term for that, but this pushes down on the plunger here to prime the car. Alright, got that taken off. Now we're gonna go ahead and pop this bad boy off. We got 4 screws here. Go ahead and take that off. Got the 4 screws off, pop that off. That piece there, keep everything in order. We're gonna put that aside, put our spring here with that, and we're gonna go ahead and take this screen off, and we're gonna clean all of this out with some carb clean. As you can see, this thing's got a good amount of buildup. The guy said that he had sunk in the motor, so we're gonna have to clean this thing real good, but we should be able to get it all going. Next thing's gonna be this bowl, 1/2 inch. Go ahead and take that out there. Alright, we got the bowl and the float out. Make sure your float does not have any fluid in it, because that will mess you up. If that has fluid in it, buy a new one. Now we are going to take this assembly out. Don't loose this pin. What we're going to do is loosen that flathead up, and this will come out, and that will give us access to the valve, and we'll go from there. New one. So we'll be using this new valve to replace this right there. Now we're going to get some carb cleaner in there. Take a 7/16, pull this plug and seal off of here, off the primer. Go. Now this spring and this plug, we need to replace that. That is required. Do not skip that. If you're rebuilding your carb, at least get this here, because this spring is very important. Don't lose that. Alright. There's the old diaphragm set, the new diaphragm set. We're going to go ahead and put that in. There's that. Now we're going to clean this up a little bit more. We're going to go ahead and put this all back together, put the bowl back together, and we're going to wait to put it back on so that we can clear the jets out. Alright, new gasket. We went ahead and sprayed this out. You just want to make sure that is clear and it drains. Take your new valve, set it in there. Then you're gonna take your float assembly, and we're gonna put that screw here. Oh, bear with me. Alright. Screws there. Tighten that up. Alright. Should be set there. Now what this does is when you lift up, the float lifts up, it's going to lift up that valve and allow the fuel to flow. Put your new plunger on there, and then we're going to go ahead and put the 4 screws back on here, as well as the spring and the new seal for the top. Spring. Now, take this. Make sure that's working good. And put your screws back in. I'll go ahead and put the other 2 screws in, 4 screws total. And when you got that new spring in there, this thing should be working great, like it is. Alright, putting the gasket on, set this back in here, just like that. Got the new, clean this up, got the new gasket on there. And take that, put it there. And then with our 1/2 inch. Good. Now this here, we have a new seal for that. Somewhere. It might be this. Alright. Got the seal back on there. As you can see, very good spring response there. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the fuel pumpulator here. So we're going to take these 5 screws out, and I'll get right back with you. 5 screws off. We're going to go ahead and take this gasket off, and look at all that junk. The screen caught most of it, but there's definitely a reason why that junk's in there, because the screen can't catch everything. So luckily we bought every gasket, so we'll be able to replace this. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up and take the rest of it apart. Alright, I took this off. Put that to the side, cleaned it off. Now we're going to take this gasket off. And of course it's going to rip on you. Yep, learn to clean that up. Alright. We've got all the gaskets back on. It's all cleaned up, all the jets, everything's cleaned. Now we're going to go ahead and set these screws back in. Do this in a cross pattern. You want this thing to be set right, otherwise you'll have leaks in your gaskets. There. Come across. Up. Down. And finish off with this guy. Alright. Now we're going to take the 2 screws off the top. gonna go ahead and clean all this up with some carb cleaner. All right. Go ahead and take this gasket off here. And we're gonna go in with our new one. Just like that. Back up. Right. And throw your screws back in. Alright, now we're gonna tighten this up. Get in here, tighten this up. There we go. Got the enricher back on, vent tube back on. Go ahead and replace the gasket, and then tighten those two bolts up.